In this video, I'm going to show you how to create group projects in Google Classroom. The first step is to create group documents. You want to locate the Classroom folder. It can be found on the Classwork tab. This is where you will create and store your course files. If you wish, you may want to make a subfolder for all of the documents that are part of your group projects. From here, you can create the template or upload the template and make sure to make copies with group names on them. Notice that it's now saved within this folder. Now I can from here create additional copies, and I may also want to have one that I keep intact as a template. Okay, so now I'm going to go and I'm going to rename these. I'll just call this one template. Doing this now will save you time once you get everything set up inside the course. I'm going to do another group project. This time it will be a Google slide presentation. And again, I'm going to make copies and I'll rename them. So now I have a presentation and a worksheet for each group. My next step, I'm going to return to the classroom and create topics for the two projects. So here I will create a topic. I will call this group worksheets, and the next topic will be group presentations. The next steps are crucial to making sure that you have your students grouped as you wish them to be grouped and that they have access to the documents. Now, as you see, I have my titles here, and I'm going to create an assignment for each of the titles. So let's do the first one. You'll put any additional instructions here. You'll go to your Google Drive and insert the slides template that you've already created for them. I'm going to place this under the presentations topic, and for now I'm going to save this as a draft. However, before I do, I want to make sure that I allow the students to edit the file. If I have it as view only, they can use it as a resource. If I make a copy for each student, they cannot collaborate. But if I allow the students to edit the file, they can work together on the one file. Now from here, we'll select all students and deselect and go back and choose the student or students that we want to work on that individual file. And again, save it as a draft. We'll go back to assignments and I'll do another one for group 2. Any additional instructions? Group 2 presentation. Make sure that the students can edit the file. Let's get rid of all of students and just select the students that we want. Now it can be helpful to have a list of student groups with you so that you can go down the list and check them. And then again, save this as a draft. Also need to make sure that I put the topic on there so it's a presentation. Save as a draft. And I'll do a couple for the worksheets. Allow students to edit. It's not for all students. And make sure to put it under a topic. Save it as a draft. The biggest advantage to saving things as drafts is it allows you to go back and edit and make sure that everything is as you wish it to be. You have your title, any instructions. The document that you want is labeled for the group. The students that are in the group are accurate. The students can edit the file. Once you have done this, you can go ahead and assign it. Of course, you may want to add points and a due date so that students know what's expected. Once you have pushed assign, students can see it in their stream. And repeat this process for all of the groups. If you'd like, you can save time by reusing posts so that you don't have to retype out everything. You simply copy it and then adjust any attached documents. So let me show you how you can do that. We'll select Create, and then I'm going to go to Reuse Post. You go to the appropriate classroom and find the post that you'd like to reuse. Now you have an option to create new copies of all documents. What I suggest is that you don't do that because it will add more documents to the Google Drive. Instead, deselect that and reuse the post. You can then change that to the next group. You don't want this. We're going to make sure that I put on Group 2 worksheet. So Group 2 worksheet, and then from here, double check to make sure that you have it set for the student or students in that group. The student can edit the file, and that everything else is as it should be. You can put these in draft until you are ready to publish them. Again, draft gives you an opportunity to go back and double check before the students see it. Now, for the sake of time, I'm just going to assign this. And so now I have my detailed instructions repeated. I didn't have to copy and paste all of that or retype it all. It was there for me. I don't want new copies of all attachments. I'll select Reuse. What I like in this particular case, it kept the topic for me here. I'm going to get rid of this one. And now this will be for Group 3. And I'll just make sure that I go to my Group 3 slide presentation template. Make sure that the students can edit the file. We'll just pretend that both of these, we'll just have all students on this one as it's a separate group. For this one, I will just leave all students in place. Looks good, and I'm going to assign it in the interest of time. And there you go.